We're just excited about all the program success.
And we're ready to get started.
Thanks, Zach. Go Cards.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler. It's time for another edition of the Anna Kowalska Show. Currently joined by Wheeling University head women's basketball coach Anna Kowalska. And Anya, guys are coming off a tough battle at Glenville State there on Wednesday night. Talk about that game and kind of what you saw from your team.
Well, this game is very physical for 40 minutes. And every time when we face them, that's their style. They try to get you tired and break. And I think we did opposite, even though we lost at the end. What I liked is how we came out in the second half. And I think in the third or fourth quarter, I don't remember, it was a 4-point game. And then, of course, they hit those 2 threes, and we turned the ball over once, and that's the game for us.
In the fourth quarter, your team has been really good over the last 3 games. They're turning it on over those final 10 minutes. What do you think's clicking for them in that final quarter?
Well, against Glenville, I just put our 2 freshmen who they were hitting threes, and they can hit threes. And they were doing pretty good with breaking the press and playing defense. So it shows me for the future, it shows me that I think in that stretch in the fourth quarter, we played 3 freshmen, and then Kenzie and Rachel. But so there's positive things coming out from that game, not looking at the win or loss. It's just you have younger players who are not afraid to come in and just try to help us win the game.
And you mentioned those 2 freshmen. Wanted to bring them up. Layla Merriweather in the start of that fourth quarter. She really provided a spark for you guys. Talk about her and kind of how she was able to get that going.
Well, we know she can shoot. And when you bring someone like Hillary or Layla, they can shoot. So we were just hoping. And Layla is always someone who will bring you energy. And she does the same thing in practices. And I always tell my younger ones, if you can show me in practice you can do it, you'll have a chance to get into the game. So I always look at the practices first. And even in practice, when she comes in, she gives us energy. So that's a huge positive. So I saw really good things from those 2, and hopefully they can continue having that success.
And then one of your veterans also having a really good stretch right now, Rachel Wilson. She's been over 20 points in each of her last 2 games, over 15 rebounds as well. Talk about her and kind of how she's stepping up her game down the stretch.
Well, she does some extra work too outside of practice and having individuals. And when you start having a couple of good games, you keep piling those good games on top of each other, and I think that's where she's at right now. So I'm very happy for her. She deserves it. She works hard, and I feel like she's gonna continue that success this year.
Currently joined by Wheeling University women's basketball coach Anna Kowalska. And Anya, after a loss here against Glenville State, you guys got to hit the road for Concord coming up. A long trip, overnighter. Talk about how you bounce back on the road and kind of how you handle that situation.
You know what? Those 2 teams are a little bit similar when it comes to physicality. And every time when you go to Concord, it's going to be a physical game. They play a physical game. So whatever we face against Glenville will be something similar against Concord. And they have a really good post player, Abby Smith, who's probably going to be first team all conference. She's putting up really good numbers right now. So we have to worry about her. And then there's a lot of other players on Concord roster who can score as well. And they're home. So they'll be shooting pretty well. So we just need to come up and be physical. And I tell them, this is what our conference is. There's no breaks. You cannot take a break. And you have to just come in every day and just be physical and work hard. And we'll see. But hopefully Saturday we play good enough.
And looking at this conference as a whole, as you mentioned, not really many breaks. Everybody's kind of right there with everybody else. Talk about the competition you're seeing in this conference as you come down the stretch.
You know what? Every time when Wednesday or Saturday, when I look at the phone and see all the scores, I get surprised every single week because teams just beating on each other. You never know who's gonna win, who's not, all the way from top to the bottom. Even D&E gave Concord a really good game. I think it was a 4-point game or something like that. So you never know. The teams are getting better, and that's what scary part is, that I feel like not even all the teams already peaked. They're still working toward peaking. So I think the tournament is going to be pretty awesome, and we still have, I think, 12 games left, and anything can happen in those 12 games. But like I said, every single day is going to be a battle.
And finally, down the stretch, what are you telling your team as you guys head towards that MEC tournament, trying to get that first round bye?
Well, you always talk about just getting better, especially with the younger one. If I'll have a veteran team, what I have 6, 7, juniors and seniors, then we'll talk about seeding and trying to get as high as we can. But right now, with having so many freshmen, Kenzie, Rachel, Bry, Ma is a veteran too. Gracie, those are the ones who know what's at stake. The younger ones, they're just trying to survive each day at a time, and they just focus on one game. So I'm trying just to deliver the message every day. It's like, we got to take care of what we need to do. We need to fix a lot of things on the court, and we need to be tough for 40 minutes because every team is going to try to get a win now, especially now when it's coming to the tournament. And it's so close, so everyone's going to try to show up and try to get a win. So the message is just, let's get better. Whatever mistakes we made last game, let's not try to make it again, and just take one game at a time.
Thanks, Anya. Good luck this weekend. Can't wait to see you out there.
Thank you.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler.
We're just excited about all the program success.
And we're ready to get started. Thanks, Zach. Go Cards.